Good morning. Good morning. This is Coach K, and we are hopefully going to resume our conversation on self care and the tangible ways that you can actually practice self care. So, let's talk about the things that we have talked about. First of all, I hope you guys have had a great weekend. I had a restful weekend. I hope that you are putting some of these things into play, some of these self practices in play. I also hope that you are learning how important self care is, how important it is that you actually um, do take care of yourself. So, for some reason, I am not. Let's see if I hit that. No, doesn't want to cooperate. All right. Well, I can't do anything about that right now. So we are going to continue. Um, all right, let's review. So we're talking about, we said buy yourself fresh flowers. We talked about buying yourself some of anything. Again, I always want to remind you that one of the first things you want to do when we talk about practicing self-love is enhance, connect, take time to have a relationship with your creator. Um, most of the time, a lot of times you hear that that's best to do in the morning. Sometimes morning is just not an option. You got a family, you got breakfast, you got kids, you got diapers, you got packing book bags, you got to get everybody in the car, you got to get to drop the kids off in time now that things are opening back up. Or before you were homeschooling, it wasn't a lot of time. And as I mentioned to you before, I struggle with this getting up in the morning situation. That's a struggle. I'm getting better because guess what? I am in control of my body just like you are in control of your body. You do not let your body dictate to you, you dictate to your body. Your flesh. Your flesh is under your subjection if you maintain it. One that's a self-love practice, having your flesh under your subjection, meaning your flesh does not come up with what it wants because I'm gonna do it because I feel like it. I want it right now, a whole bag of chips. I want to have sex right now. Let me go find somebody to have sex with. Or let me just pick up a partner because they're convenient. Let me pick up somebody who's willing to have sex with me like I'm willing to have sex with them. Don't play yourself cheap. Okay. Your worth, this is on a sex tip, totally different situation, but don't play yourself cheap. Don't do that. You have one body. You have one body that is to be respected and honored. This is male and female. Males can get pimped too. You can get a call, and it's, for guys, that's the thing. It's what I'm supposed to do, whatever, whatever. No, you are just as special. You are just as special to the Lord. The Lord wants relationship with you just like he does a woman. Okay, he's not a respecter of persons, and your body is his temple. So can you imagine the Lord, the Holy Spirit living within inside you? If that is my belief, if it is not yours, you can mute this part of the conversation. But imagine the Lord inside you, and you are running around doing any and everything with your body, including penetrating or being penetrated by somebody else. Really? With the Lord sitting there watching. Now, I'm not pointing fingers. Yeah, I'm not pointing fingers because I told you that my journey has been long. And have I always done it right? No. Did I learn to do it better? Yes. Yes. Do I want you to learn how to do it better? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Do I think time is precious? Do I think you have time to waste to just be out here lollygagging, running around trying to figure it out forever? No, I don't. I don't. Because time is special. Time is special. Time is something you never get back. Today, you know what? You will never get the seconds you get today back. Never. So what are you gonna do with them? You got options. You got options. You got a choice. You got a choice about how you're going to wake up in the morning and decide what you're going to do with your day. You're never going to get this time back. So why not love yourself? Why not create a better relationship with your creator? So God, you, then other people. When we talk about self-love, we talked about buying yourself flowers. You don't got to wait on people to buy you flowers. Buy yourself anything. I talked about buying lipstick, hairdos, makeup, face care, new clothes, shoes, whatever it is that puts a little extra sachet in your hips, baby, that's what you do. Men included. Clean your house, clean your apartment, clean your yard, clean your closet, clean your pantry. Organize your space, period. Your environmental space is a part of your wellness. Your environmental space is a part of your wellness, whether that's at home, whether that's in the car, whether that's at work. We also talk about taking time for rest and relaxation, paying attention to your body. Your body's constantly talking to you. Don't be walking around ignoring what your body is saying. This weekend, I rested. Yesterday, I started doing some study and some CEU stuff because thinking about the clients that I have coming up, and I am investigating their cases. Okay. But Friday, Saturday, I took time to do what? Work out. And I took time to watch me some Netflix movies. I took time to prep me some meals for the week. That's part of my self care. Okay. But within there, rest and relaxation. Cooking is kind of relaxing for me. We talked about wearing something special on special days. We talked about eating mindfully, meaning not rushing while you're eating, being present while you're eating, not eating and you're in a rush, or you're eating in the car in a rush, or you're eating on the go. That is why when we have Relax in the Corner with Coach K, that's on Fridays at 12:10. It is only 20 minutes. I give you time. Most people have lunch between 12 and 1, but you can come back and see those recordings on Coach K Com or Facebook live posts. But at any rate, I only take up about 20 minutes and we go through relaxation exercises. Why? It's a very good thing to go through relaxation exercises before you eat so that your body is relaxed. Relaxation aids digestion. Okay. We talked about making a list of fun activities, like a bucket list. This can be from little things to big things. This can be individual things. This can be group things. This can be couple things, whatever. But it also gives you something to look forward to. Helps to have something to look forward to. We talked about how you talk to yourself and the words, the sentences, the messages you give yourself from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Those neurons that fire, when you rehearse those pathways, guess what? Those pathways get stronger. I wish I could show you. You can go look up neuroplasticity, and it will show you that the more you use a pathway, the stronger the pathway gets, the more the networks connect. Okay. The more permanent that network becomes. That's a whole nother discussion. But how you say what you say to yourself, which is what I tell my clients all the time, is extremely important. We talked about saying, I love and accept myself, the good, the bad, the ugly. Why? Because it's me. And guess what? There's only one of me. That makes me unique. That makes me special. That doesn't make me good all the time. It makes me unique and it makes me special. It makes me wonderful. It makes me blessed, right? You have that same privilege. It's only one of you. It's only one of you. One of you that had one of you. And in each of you, there's a blessing, there's a testimony, there's a gift, there's a talent, there's a contribution to your world, your family, your community, your church that somebody's probably waiting on. Okay. And you can do make a list of all the things you like about yourself. That is definitely one way to counter that negative self-talk that can come out, that can come up. I don't care who you are, what you've done. There are positive things about yourself. It helps to know what they are. And sometimes when you are caught up in the day, you are caught up in a difficult situation, it's good to have a list that you can go look at and say, you know what? In spite of today, in spite of the feedback that I got today, in spite of what these people are telling me about myself today, in spite of what they are trying to tell me about myself, about my culture, who I am, or about my race for that matter, guess what? I can choose to believe this. And sometimes, well, I can say all the time, when you are emotional, when your emotions go up, you don't think very well. So when emotions go up, that's not the time to be thinking, oh, why am I a good person? Why am I safe? Why am I happy? Why am I a blessing? Not a good time. Probably not going to come up with much. But it really does help if you have these things written down, kind of like affirmations. You could go over these every day. You do not wait to get validated from other people. This is something you do for yourself, with yourself, daily, if possible. We talked about creating a gratitude journal. That's another way to refocus your brain, refocus your energy on positive experiences, is having a gratitude journal. You can start your day with meditation. Meditation can be difficult. I tell my clients that if you are having difficulty with meditation, to put your hand over your belly button, focus on the movement and the rise and fall of your diaphragmatic breathing. Should not be a lot. You will pass out if you are not that, but you should feel a slight rise and fall in your hand if it is over your belly button. You can do a circle on your thigh. You can tap on your thigh and you can come back to that sensation. 2 minutes is not a long time. You can also do something that I call a palm trace in 2 minutes, which is where you take your finger and you connect the lines on the palm of your hand. You can do that for 2 minutes. Most of the time, when I ask people to do this exercise, they underestimate the 2 minutes. They think it's longer than that. So 2 minutes can go by really fast. So palm trace gives you tactile sensation. It is also very calming. Now, this is not fast. This is slow, nice and easy. You are connecting all the lines on your hand and you're going to go back and forth, back and forth. You're still breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. So starting your day with meditation, I'd say even end your day with meditation. That's just me. And they have meditations. I mean, meditations on anything. Just go Google it. Okay. Treat yourself. Do something nice for yourself. I'm on this big kick trying to lose weight. My birthday's in July. But from time to time, I cannot go for months feeling like I am depriving myself. So treating myself could be food. Treating myself could be a massage. Treating myself could be a manicure or a pedicure. Treating myself could be going to sit in the park, sitting outside. It was some beautiful weather this weekend, just going outside, feeling the breeze. Treating myself has now turned into exercise. When you exercise, you release a lot of endorphins, dopamine. It's the same hit you would get if you were mixing street drugs. It's just not as quick. Your body has the ability to give you anything you need. You just got to know how to access it. Dress your body lovingly in a gorgeous outfit. This is very similar to a previous one we said. But when you think you look good, you feel good, don't you? Have you noticed that when you take time to put in the energy to look like you feel, to look good to you, you generally feel good. Um, Another thing about mindful eating, this one kind of connects to mindful eating. Put your fork down between bites. Because remember, I said mindful eating means that you are eating slowly. You are noticing the texture of your food, the different taste of your food. You are chewing your food, so it is becoming a liquid in your mouth where digestion begins. So while this is happening, put your fork down, relax, enjoy the moment, be present in that moment while you're tasting, while you're swallowing, while you're beginning digestion. Okay. There's other thing about dress your body in a loving, gorgeous outfit. I don't know about you, but sometimes when you buy new lingerie, and when you put that lingerie on and you feeling a little sexy and you put clothes, it's like, now nobody else sees the lingerie all day, hopefully. Praise God. You're not walking around in lingerie, is my point. But just knowing that you have it on, knowing what it looks like when you put it on, also good way for you to feel good about yourself. Okay. Now, people, caffeine. is a drug. I don't know if you realize that, but caffeine is a drug. You know what else is a drug? Sugar. You know what's in sodas? Caffeine and sugar. Even the ones that say no sugar, that just means they replaced it with something else that's probably not good for you too. So, in my course of this weight loss journey, I have backed away, I'm happy to say, from soda. Now, Mountain Dew was like crack, like the potato chips was crack. So the first thing that I did was stop getting the big Mountain Dew size drinks, and I would get the minis. And I would get a mini. I might have a mini Pepsi, not all in the same day. I'm saying over the course of time, I moved down to these mini size drinks, mini Mountain Dews. That's like the crack. Might have a mini Pepsi or mini Coke, mini Sunkist. Gradually withdrew myself. Where the mini was, it was enough in a meal. Okay. Um, so I went to the store this past weekend. Very tempted to get some more mini Mountain Dews. I got Sprites this time though. Only got I don't know, 10, 12. I don't know. That'll probably last me over the next me and my husband next 2 or 3 weeks, just because we are intentionally moving away from sodas. But I've intentionally definitely tried to move away from Mountain Dew. Why? Because it's only one of me. Who's responsible for taking care of me? Me, primarily, first, me. So, anyway, that's a way that you can also step down, taking things away completely all at once. That can be hard, but you can step down what we call harm reduction. So, that was my way of doing harm reduction, except for with chips, it's no harm reduction. I have this running joke with my husband that I was not going to have chips. I meant sour cream and potatoes specifically, Ruffles sour cream and cheddar potato chips, crack, or the Lay's potato chips. Those are like crack to me. So those, when I say I'm not having chips, that's what I mean. Will I eat a Dorito from time to time? Yes. He thinks that, to me, Doritos and chips are different. But anyway, that's another story going on in the household. But to me, I know my poison is the point. Do you know your poison? You need to stay away from it. Okay. So when we're talking about treat yourself, sure, you can do anything within reason, but there are some things that are no longer an option for me while I have this certain goal in mind. So mindful eating, I do want you to pay attention to your caffeine intake, people. You can't be drinking sodas upon sodas all day, every day. You can have a soda from time to time. The minutes, if you're gonna have a soda, good option, not to reduce your portion size, of course. It's not a lot of stuff that doesn't have caffeine. You can get fruit juices, but you have to be careful with fruit juices because some of those have a lot of sugar. So water is always good. Um, we do drink a lot of cranberry juice around here. I get some tea. I know tea has caffeine, but I may make an Arnold Palmer, mix tea and lemonade. But definitely a lot of cranberry juice, cranberry juice with pineapple, cranberry juice with apple, cranberry juice with grape, plain cranberry juice. But just remember that you got to get your water intake in there too. Okay. So watch your caffeine, watch your sugar. Those are very important. And if you've ever tried to, if you don't believe me, try to not have caffeine and not have sugar in a week and see what happens. I'm just saying, this is all talking about self love. Okay. So you can start that with harm reduction, but just see what happens. And once you get away from it, you don't really miss it that much. I don't really miss it that much. Um, but anyway, just try that. Sleep. Sleep, people. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Now, not sleeping all the time. If you're sleeping all the time, you need to go see the doctor. Not getting enough sleep, you need to go see the doctor. When you do not sleep, when you do not have REM sleep, your body cannot restore itself. That's when it restores itself, heals, it preps for the next day, it restores. So when you are not sleeping well, that is an issue. You do not want to go for long periods of time and not sleep. Okay. Most people, there are people who do not need 8 hours of sleep and they are fine. But the point is you need to know what works for you. And do you know what works for you? And are you consistently taking care of yourself in such a way that you are giving your body what it needs to function properly? When you make demands on your body, when you hit the gas on your body and you're expecting it to perform, are you prepping it? Are you treating it nicely? Are you taking care of it so that when you hit the gas, it actually performs for you? It performs the way you want it to perform, and it performs for the length of time that you need it to perform. But that's only going to come with self-care if you're putting the right things in. Okay. Let's see. So sleep is important. Uh, and when I'm saying 5, 8 hours, maybe 9, but you need to figure out what works for you. Okay. Reading a good book. Now, me, I'm old school. I love books. I love the smell of books. I like to open a new book. I like the sound of opening a new book. I like the sound of flipping pages. Now, I know some of my new age followers, bless your heart, do what feels good to you, but read, 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 read. It stimulates your mind, educate yourself. Okay, learn about new things, but read a book that you like. I can't tell you what you like, but find a book that you like and read a good book. These are simple things, simple ways to say, you know what self love says? I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I honor you. I thank you. I want to take care of you. You are special, right? You are special. You have needs. I honor those needs. That is what self love is, the practice of self love. I am mindful when you are telling me that you need something. And because I appreciate you, because I want to take care of you, because I love and respect and honor you, I want to be able to give you what you need. This is your conversation with yourself. Okay? This is your conversation with yourself. So some of these things you might say, Kim, coach, that's the corniest thing I've ever heard. Okay, well, you find something else. These are suggestions. These are merely suggestions. Some of them may jog your thoughts and you tweak them. And, like this reading, maybe you want to do the Kindle thing. You like doing it on the phone. That's great. However, you want to do it, tweak it, make it work for you. I'm giving you suggestions, okay? Do something for yourself without guilt. So maybe there's this Brahmin purse you've been looking at, or coach, or what is that other person? I forgot. Oh, I can't think of it right now. But at any rate, do something for yourself without guilt. Most of the time when you talk about that, people think about buying themselves something, but it could be a trip, it could be an outfit, it could be a vacation stay. And a vacation stay could be, um, I could go over to, I could go downtown to the Westin and spend the night there. I can go to the Grand Bohemian, spend the night there. Doing something for yourself doesn't necessarily have to be extravagant. Excuse me. You could go and make yourself your favorite meal. You could get a cookbook and learn how to prepare a healthy new meal for yourself. But it's doing something for yourself without guilt. Guilt on the other side of guilt is a should or shouldn't. Excuse me. So usually when individuals have a difficulty doing things for themselves, it is because there is a should in the way. I should think of my family first all the time. And that's what people say. It's not that people are saying I should think of my family, but most people have these extremes in their thought process. I should think of my family all the time. I should never put myself first. I should always put my family first. I should never do anything that takes away from my family, right? Okay, pay attention to what you're saying and how you're saying, because none of those statements that I just said are true, fair, or realistic. Okay, so pay attention. Do something for yourself without guilt. And yes, that's possible. Set a calm mood in your house, light candles, play some music, play the meditation music, have that going in the background while you're cleaning. As a wife, as a mother, there's folding clothes, there's cooking, there's cleaning, there's all the things that just kind of come naturally with being a mom, with being a parent, with being an auntie, with being a grandparent, with being a sister, with being a daughter, with being a friend. There are things that come with it. However, you can set the stage for you. Okay, you can set the stage for you. I absolutely enjoy the meditation music. And again, it's a lot on Google, YouTube. Go find it. Find one that really speaks to you. You can sit down, you can practice your meditation, you can be present with yourself in that moment and allow that music to help soothe you and kind of take you into the flow of being present. Okay, I also like candles, but I've been known to be a fire hazard. So be careful with your candles. Lastly, that we're going to talk about today is, let me check. Oh, yeah. Lastly, today we're going to talk about is buying something you've always wanted, which is something that we've already talked about previously. So I hope that these are good suggestions for you. It is my intent, of course, to give you good suggestions. A lot of times, like I said before, telling people what not to do is one thing, but it really helps to tell people what to do versus what not to do. All right, so I hope that was helpful. I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday at 7 o'clock. I had some technical stuff going on this morning. As usual, I'm gonna get it worked out though, people. Just hold on, bear with me. I'm gonna get it worked out. I do want to remind you about the workshop on June the 12th at 10 o'clock. That's free on anxiety. You can go to my page and learn more about that. Hope you guys have a great week. Take care of yourself this week, and I will talk to you soon. Okay? Bye bye.